today's video is sponsored by Ritual, which I'll get into in a little bit, but you guys, this is my last ever bump date that I am making before this baby is born. Literally crazy. All right, I am 38 weeks pregnant. I have made it past full term, to be honest. 37 weeks was my full term. I'm at 38 weeks pregnant, and we are on the official countdown of less than 2 weeks until this baby comes. I have my scheduled C-section planned. Christmas is over. We made it through Christmas at 9 months pregnant. I'm very proud of myself. And now it's officially baby time. That's right, you guys heard it from me. It's officially baby time. It's officially ready to get ready for postpartum. It's time to get ready for this C-section. We're on the final countdown days here. My mom and dad are here to watch Jackson if I go into labor before my scheduled C-section, and everything is just really starting to feel so real. So let's go jump into the bump date. I have a lot to talk about. So first things first, I guess I'll just kind of talk about how I've been feeling and how I'm doing. Obviously, we all know that I am definitely over being pregnant. I am so big at this point. I don't know if you guys saw my belly dance in the beginning, but I am looking like an overcooked pregnant woman, I think. I am officially at the end of this pregnancy where I am just struggling. I can barely get up and down, I can barely get my own pants on. I definitely have like a lot of pain. But at this point, I'm just not as upset about it because I'm so close to having the baby that I know I can finish this and I'm gonna finish it strong. So even though each day is such a struggle and each night I'm like, I can't believe I'm still pregnant, I'm just like, I know I can do it. I know I can finish this off. So yeah, I'm definitely having a hard time. My body is at its wit's end of this pregnancy. I feel so big and huge, and I have lots of really bad sciatic pain, and pelvic pain and things like that. But you know what? I'm having this baby soon, so it's all okay. I don't know if you guys could tell in my little belly dance in the beginning, but I'm definitely getting some stretch marks towards the end of this pregnancy. Each day I feel like I'm getting more and more. I didn't have any stretch marks with Jackson, so I am like kind of shocked by that. It's not just my belly, because I have a few on the underside of my belly, but I have a lot of stretch marks on like my thighs and my butt area. Just things I never had with Jackson or have ever had in general. I'm ready to not be pregnant anymore because I'm hoping that maybe the stretch marks will fade away if I, don't let them hang on too long. But that is something new I've been having. Now that we have officially gotten past Christmas, I've really gotten to wrap my head around like my postpartum, which brings me into my sponsor for today, which is Ritual. So I wanted to share with you guys my plan this year for postpartum, which is to take Ritual's postnatals. So Ritual's is actually having a really great deal right now. They're offering 40% off of all their clean, traceable, and science-backed products. This is actually gotta be like the best time to buy because I've actually never seen a offer like this with 40% off. So if you guys are wanting to trade, daunting goals and unrealistic resolutions for simple daily habits, you guys can check out Rituals. So one of the main reasons I'll be taking Rituals postnatals for my postpartum is because a lot of people don't know that postpartum period is actually a lot more nutritionally demanding than when you are pregnant, especially if you are breastfeeding, which as you guys know, I will be exclusively breastfeeding. So these contain 15 key nutrients to support the new nutrient demand of a mother 6 months postpartum and throughout breastfeeding. Obviously, I think it's just really important to mention that I think switching from a prenatal to a postnatal is very important. If any of you have ever breastfed before, you guys know just how hungry you get, how thirsty you get when you're breastfeeding, especially in the beginning. I remember that with Jackson. So I feel like taking a postnatal is just really important so you can meet that demand that your body needs. So it also will be really gentle on your stomach if you're taking with or without food. And one of my favorite parts is that it smells like mint. It has a mint essence. I have a really weird thing about smells and taste. If like a pill tastes weird on my mouth, I'll actually like throw up. And so these are actually great. I could take them without any of that kind of problem. They also have a citrus essence as well. So this sale is for a limited time. So if you guys want to get 40% off, you guys make sure to use my code CC40. Okay, I'll have it linked down below. So I'll have it right here on the screen. Normally it is $39. But right now, if you guys use my code, it'll be $23.40 with my code CC40. Like I said, this is honestly like the best price I've seen for essential postnatals. So if you guys are looking for any reason or if you've ever even thought about it, now's the time to do it. One of my newest symptoms that definitely shocked me is I'm starting to get night sweats. It's a little gross sounding. Like I know when I tell you guys like, oh, I'm sweating at night, but I am. It's literally winter time. My room is nice and cold, to be honest, but I am having night sweats recently, which I had with Jackson postpartum, but I never had them while pregnant. I'm pretty sure it just has to do with like your estrogen levels and your hormone changes, things like that. Really interesting. Not my favorite symptom because it makes me feel like I'm just so hot and gross all the time at night, and I'm literally not. The room is like 60 degrees and I will be sweating. I think I've talked about this before, but I definitely am getting contractions. And like painful contractions also, but you know, they're nothing consistent enough, and they go away sometimes. So I don't really have like actual labor like symptoms, but I'm definitely having lots of uncomfortable things that just happen towards the end of pregnancy. You know, I get contractions especially at night. Sometimes they kind of hurt like pretty good actually, and sometimes I have to actually like go lay down to make them go away, or I like actually just go to sleep completely. But you know, I would never go to the hospital for these unless they were, one, very consistent, like for at least an hour. I think it's the 5-1-1 rule. They get every 5 minutes, 1 minute long, and they need to last for like about an hour. And I definitely haven't had things like that. I do have like sometimes consistent contractions, but if I like lay down or I go to bed, I feel like they go away. They're not keeping me up at night. So I don't think it's anything to be worried about like for labor wise. Although at this point, I wouldn't mind if she came now, because I feel so confident now, like I made it past Christmas, that I'm like, you know what, we can have this baby any day now, and I'd probably be okay with that. Also, my parents are officially in town, so I no longer have that worry of who's gonna watch my kid while we're at the hospital. It's kind of just like a lot of that's been solved, so I'm pretty happy with, you know, if I went into labor or had to have this baby today, I'm not worried about it anymore. My parents are here now, which is just super nice. And along with finally getting ready for postpartum, I was finally able to put Christmas away. One of my biggest things I wanted to do after having Christmas was put it away. Some people want to keep their Christmas tree up to have the baby, I think, and like take cute pictures in front of the Christmas tree. I was not one of those people. On the 26th, the day after Christmas, Carlos and I, well basically Carlos, took down everything Christmas because honestly, Christmas was taking up my space for the baby. I have like a pack and play, a swing I need to put out, and I can't do any of all the Christmas stuff there. So we put all of our Christmas stuff away, and it feels like my home is finally like cleaner. And we're officially getting ready for the baby to come now and getting all of her stuff out to the living room so that we can, you know, have all that stuff available. So let's talk about the baby, you guys. So I just had my 38-week appointment. Honestly, everything is great, like my blood pressure, my weight, and the baby's heartbeat looks great. It seems like I don't really feel like she's truly dropped. I do feel like my belly has dropped like a smidge, but I don't feel like I've completely have like a dropped and engaged baby. She's estimated to be about 6 to 7 pounds. Who knows if that's true though, honestly guys. I have no idea if that's true. She could be 5 pounds, she could be 8 pounds, who knows. We're actually gonna do like our official guesses probably in like a future video before she comes. So stay tuned for that. You guys can leave your guesses down below if you want. I think that my official guess was somewhere in the 6 pound range, and Carlos's official guess is 7 pounds. But I kind of feel like she's giving me like my small baby girl. But we'll see. Maybe she'll be a big girl like Jackson was, because Jackson was 1 ounce away from being 8 pounds. So I'd be curious if she'd be close to something like that. She's estimated to be about 19 to 20 inches long. I feel like that's pretty accurate. I feel like every baby is 19 inches long. Like unless they're extra tall or like a little smaller, I feel like every baby's 19 inches long. I don't know what that looks like though. She's the size of a watermelon, that's what they said. I don't know how accurate all that is. So at 38 weeks, she is shedding some sort of hair. I think it's like that downy hair that kind of is like on their body. She's officially shedding it. Her lungs are super strong. Apparently she's gonna have some great vocal cords when she's born. I believe it indeed. Pretty much every week that goes by, she's continued to pack on weight and fat and just be a big plump girl when she's born. Overall, I feel like she's probably done growing like the majority. Anything else is probably just gonna be like a little bit, because honestly, we're fully cooked in here, guys. I have a fully cooked baby in my belly. At one of my appointments, the doctor literally said, like, you are all baby, girl. You are all baby. She is taking up that entire little belly of yours. I do have kind of like a small belly, so like waist-wise because of how short I am. So I do feel like the baby just takes up the entirety of me. Like I said though, guys, I am in the official countdown of having her. I do have one more doctor appointment if I make it to that. For some reason, like people in my life, they definitely think that I might be having the baby before my scheduled C-section. Who knows? It's probably just because, you know, sometimes I think second babies come sooner. Also, I do have, like, you know, sometimes weird symptoms. Like, I have really rough Braxton Hicks, and I have, you know, contractions that hurt. Any one of those could trigger, like, actual labor eventually. Who knows? The obvious telltale sign would be if my water ever broke. That'd be really interesting. That'd be crazy if my water broke. I feel like that's all I have to talk about for today, you guys. I'm just so excited. This is my last ever bump date, okay? I am so excited. I'm officially just getting ready for postpartum now. I've been really thinking about my C-section, wrapping my head around it. I feel like for the past 9 months, I haven't really given my C-section like a ton of thought because it does scare me a little bit. I think anybody can admit that they'd be a little bit afraid to get a C-section. But I haven't really been wrapping my head around it, but I feel like now that it's really close, that I am starting to think more about it and really think about what do I need to make sure that my C-section goes smoothly, where do I need to be at home, you know, so that's what we've really been focusing on. And obviously with my parents here, it's just a huge help because I wanted to go up and down the stairs. We're gonna be officially downstairs. Carlos will be downstairs with me to help me, which will be fantastic. I'm also just hoping that this second C-section is like a easier recovery. I've heard that they are. I've heard that when you have like a planned scheduled C-section and you've already had one before, that your recovery is easier. I also just think that just knowing what you're going into really helps. Like, even though I know that there is pain and it's tough and I know it's gonna be hard on my body, I also just know, I know it gets better. Whereas in this pregnancy right now, each day gets harder. Each day I'm like, oh my gosh, I can't believe I'm still pregnant. But with the C-section, I feel like each day's gonna be like, oh, I feel a little better. And eventually it all goes away, but I'm at my max right here, you know, guys. So I am just excited to, like, you know, not be pregnant anymore and to be on my postpartum journey eventually and just bring home my sweet little baby girl. I am just so excited, you guys. Well, I think that's actually it for today's video. This is my last ever bump date. I hope you guys liked it. If you did, smash that thumbs up button, and I will see you guys not in my next bump date, but in my next video. Bye, guys.